Deadlights Pod. Hey! Welcome to the Deadlights Podcast. I'm your host, Sam.
And I'm your other host, Leslie. And we're bringing you another week of horror.
Welcome to the horror.
Remember when I couldn't say that? It took me so long for me to remember what to say.
You nailed it. We're here now.
Yeah.
Season 3.
I fucking hope so.
Upgraded Leslie, and again, I'm gonna praise you for you're getting these actor and director names down.
Yeah.
This is Leslie 3.0.
3.0.
Yeah, damn.
Soon to be a 4.0.
It is cool, thinking about the progression of the podcast over the last 3 years and, where we started then and, even with the outside stuff like the horror trivia that maybe some of you have been to.
You. And
how that's progressing as well. And it's, we're developing. We're growing as a show. It's fun. It's cool to see.
Development reminds me of pictures. And pictures remind me of film. And film reminds me of this movie that we watched.
And that is how you segue. Incredible segue. And you're right. That all does track. And the movie that we watched was Good Neighbours from 2010, directed by Jacob Tierney, written by Jacob Tierney and Chrystine Brouillet. Victor is new to Montreal and attempts to make friends with the wheelchair-bound Spencer and the cat-loving Louise. But everybody is on edge with a serial killer terrorizing the neighborhood.
Ooh, boy.
Ooh, a lot there, and there was a lot in this movie.
Cat-loving indeed.
That should have been, bold.
That should have been, the title of the movie.
This was probably the most pro-cat movie I've ever seen in my life. Besides, Aristocats. It's all cats. This is, this movie loves cats. I'm a huge cat lover.
Mm-hmm. You got one of your own.
I got one of my own, my little boo. And so I love the fact that this movie loves cats so much.
Mm-hmm.
Did it work? I don't know about that, unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll definitely talk about it.
Let's get into it, huh?
Look.
Okay.
Those cats.
Back up.
Beautiful cats. Back up.
Back up.
Back up. I got
point.
something to say about the cats.
And that's a good point.
Beautiful cats. Gorgeous.
They got some very cute cats to be featured in this movie.
Great acting by the cats.
Great cat acting. Cacting. Cat. All right, well, let's get into it, huh?
Let's get into it.
All right, let's open the can. See how this can tastes. It's a can of cat food.
Oh yeah,
yeah. There's a lot of can opening, so let's open this can. This movie was random.
It was so weird.
It was so. It was really all over the place. I think I will say.
Aesthetically.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't talk. Aesthetic.
This movie's really got us scattered, y'all.
Yeah, god damn it. Aesthetically, it just had so many things it was trying to do.
Yeah.
That I got lost.
So lost.
At some point, we were like, is this supposed to be a comedy?
I'm moving in upstairs, apartment number 12.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were delivering pillows.
That would be a weird job.
Well, best of luck with the move there, man. I'd offer to give you a hand, but I'm lazy.
No, what? No.
I was kidding, Vince.
Yeah. Okay.
It was like a very quirky vibe that they were building with the characters, for sure. They're all kind of quirky people. And then some of the filmmaking was also a little quirky with these, montages of the cats. And then it was mixed with really serious stuff of murder and revenge and using people and framing people.
Have you read the Gazette? Is there anything about the serial killer? God, seriously, Louise, there's no serial killer. There's just one dead woman.
3, dead and raped.
It was ping-ponging back and forth between different aesthetics and also just different tones. And it was very jarring.
Because we were getting several flashback, kind of like 7, right? Is
Yeah.
it 7?
Yeah.
And you also said Saw, the very first one, just like those really quick flashes of information that like was very jarring, like you said.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Love having a cold apartment. Oh, I can't stay mad at you guys.
The main character, this cat-loving
Louise.
neighbor, Louise.
Emily Hampshire.
There you, dang, pulling that shit out. Leslie 3.0.
Yay!
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And as you told me, because I've never seen Schitt's Creek, she kind of plays a similar
Deadpan.
flat affect.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you get a better character with her type of acting in Schitt's Creek. It works. You know what she is thinking, even though she is deadpan.
So,
So
Louise,
you
are
could
you...
just... I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
No, I'm sorry. I'm stupid. You go. I have to pee anyway.
Didn't quite work here.
It felt like everything was so flat that there was no reactions at all, and I couldn't sympathize with her because I didn't know what she was feeling because it didn't feel like she was feeling anything.
Okay, I gotta go feed the cats.
Oh, okay. Do you want to eat something in a bit?
No, bye.
So for her to be the main character, it felt just like a weak performance that we had to follow the whole time, unfortunately. Because, yeah, I can see that working if we do have moments of like understanding what she actually cares about. But there was none of that, really.
And I think, to be honest, a lot of the directing was lost. I think they could have definitely had more success with how quirky everybody was, and like actually like use that to their benefit. But we just got weirder.
Yeah.
Like there were moments in where it was like the cloud scene. So we would just like get transitional scenes of like, what would you call that? Like puppetry?
Yeah,
like,
it was like paper
Mache.
clouds.
Yeah.
Like
It was
a
too
painting?
cute. It didn't make sense.
What that had nothing to do with anything.
Nothing.
And it was to, yeah, you're right, establish time passing, but
Her
like,
being spacey, you know, it could be used as that of like whenever we were getting these transitional scenes, we were going into her job, I believe, and she was just like the whole time thinking about murder, the serial killer.
Oh, if you hear from Natalie, tell her I'm gonna murder her.
And rape her.
Yes.
but they needed to establish that was somehow connected to her, and so like if that was like a painting that she stared at every day in her job and that's why she was able to space out in that way, or that was in her apartment or something, like, but it was never established beyond that, so it felt very random.
Yep.
And didn't really work for me.
And I don't know if we just like missed things or they were just left out of the script, or maybe they edited them out, like the scenes in where maybe Louise and Victor had discussed about being engaged. Or is that just something that Victor is just delusional about?
She's so awesome.
Yeah, she seems great, man. She seems good.
We're engaged.
You, holy shit. Congratulations.
We're not telling anybody yet.
I feel like he's just kind of delusional about it because that is supposed to make us question his character, because he just
Right.
makes that up. So then we're like, ooh, wait a second. Ew, creepy dude
It was
that you just made up that first of all, you're together because they weren't. Then they're engaged because they definitely weren't.
I told them that you and I were engaged and that you spent the night of the murder here with me.
She immediately went along with it. And she just accepted it, I guess. I couldn't tell.
I wasn't sure what towards the end. Everybody knows everything now. Victor knows that fucking Spencer can walk.
Oh.
And Spencer knows that Louise murdered Valerie.
Well, I think I have a solution.
And here I am, still unclear on the problem.
Now, do you want to keep fucking around? Or do you want to hear my solution?
Sure.
Victor.
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 Framed Victor.
Framed Victor.
Well, it was his semen.
Yeah.
But it seems like these cops weren't doing like the rape kit kind of thing of checking any sperm, like if they had any database on the person.
That never really came back. They pretty much were just taking these people's word for it.
Mm-hmm.
This goes back to the script. There was just like too much going on. There was like so many storylines. Like I just wrote down too many things going on because we have cats everywhere. We have a serial killer on the loose in the streets. Like that is what we start with. French neighbor who hates the cats and ends up and poisoning them, into a murder plot, into
a love triangle.
Yeah, of her trying to decide who is she going to frame between these two people for the murder she committed. And then there was the cops, and then there was these other neighbors gossiping along the way too.
Yeah.
And
then we were at her job.
And her job at this Chinese restaurant. Like there was so much going on. It was too much.
It kind of reminded me of like I'm not trying to sound disrespectful by saying this, but like a student film in where like all the students had to make a movie together and they used everybody's plot line and just smashed it together.
It really felt like that.
I wasn't even sure if this was a horror film. I mean, it has themes, but also it's not even a comedy.
I know. I'm having trouble putting it in any genre because it's also dramatic too. Like
yeah, but then it's also like CSI. Like what?
It's trying to be a lot of things.
It was so random.
It was so God. The whole time we were like, what is going on?
You didn't see me. You were like, too many dicks.
That's how it felt like. Too many dicks. Too many dicks in the pot in this movie.
Oh God, too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. We have to have a clear like plot.
The one thing that was very, very clear in this movie, it loved cats.
It loved cats.
Fucking loved cats.
And we follow them, y'all. Like we see them eat, we see them be cuddly, we see them paroling around the neighborhood. And we get multiple scenes of these cats. And then later on, the singular cat. I joked around. I was like, oh my God, we better get more of this. And we did. And I was just like, okay, no, I wasn't serious.
Too much.
It's weird. Because now I don't understand what, like, it needed to cut down a lot in, a lot. It needed to be edited.
Absolutely.
First cut I would make, those fucking clouds. No.
Fuck those clouds, honestly.
Unless
so dumb.
Unless we were trying to like bring some cuteness or something because of the heavy theme, but like we already get that with the cats. That's satisfying enough to see a cute animal that I don't need. What was that? I don't know. I'm so pissed.
It's confusing. It's like, because that's what we're kind of going back to is like the tone of this movie was just so off. It was so all over the place. I'm not sure what it was trying to be. I think it was trying to be a lot of different things. And that was just another element that they, like you said, felt like we got to do all of our ideas. And then that was just one of those ideas that was in there too, and no purpose behind it. And we talk a lot about intent, I feel like, in this podcast. What are the reasons behind these choices? Now, if the movie could have given me a reason for those cloud transitions, okay, I can maybe accept it a little more, like her staring off into that painting or whatever. Then it becomes something. Right now, it's nothing, and it's a waste of time almost. It's frustrating.
Yeah, it left me frustrated because I wanted to like it. You know, it's like kind of like murders in the building, right?
Yeah.
Murder,
Only
murders in the building.
Yeah.
All the neighbors all live in like the different floors, so they're all kind of like also spying on each other and stuff like that. And I like that.
You are the best neighbor in the history of neighbors.
Although I like a movie that isn't spoon-fed, and I am like working along to try to figure it out, that's fun. But when you're leaving me confused because I don't know what you're actually trying to say, I hate it. Tenet is another movie in which I saw and I was pissed. I was pissed off. I don't know if that's their actual intention, but I was just so mad.
I really don't feel like you should be walking out of the theater being pissed off.
Bro, fix your fucking sound.
Maybe pissed off about like what it's trying to say, but not at the movie. Like, come on.
Or you didn't get like the result that you wanted from the movie.
Yeah.
Like that. I want to get pissed off that way. Not because I don't know what you're trying to say. And also, yeah.
Well, speaking of what they're trying to say,
I
guess we should get to the meat, which I am taking notes of the whole time that we're watching the movie, but I didn't put anything in that category for the longest time in this movie because I was trying to, first of all, get my bearings on what the fuck was going on, what the fuck kind of vibe they were trying to set with this movie. And then by the end, it almost really didn't feel like they were trying to say much with this movie. I kind of saw them playing with the ideas of being a neighbor, you know, like how do you behave towards your neighbors? Do you look out for your neighbors, whether that's good or bad? Do you use your neighbors? Because there was a lot of that going on between the three main characters.
Have you spoken to the new guy yet?
No, just this morning. You?
He's down in the lobby. I feel like I should help him, but...
But what?
But I don't want to.
But I didn't really feel like it was really saying much except that, Louise was able to use both these guys to get away with murder. Yay, we did it for the cats.
Oh, Louise, you always want to see the best in people, don't you?
I guess so.
Should we just get to the cook of it?
Yeah.
Because there's not much meat on it. Do you have anything left in the meat? You want to say? Like, what is this movie trying to...
It's trying to say that cats rule people, and they're willing to... People are willing to do whatever for their pets.
For sure. Mm-hmm. That is actually definitely what I was trying to say at some point.
Yeah, because
this movie loves cats.
They love cats. They love fish. Spencer was a big fish person.
Like we kind of already said before, it really, besides bouncing around in tone, the story, how it unfolds, is also very seeming, not random, but how the story unfolds feels like it's bouncing in so many different directions. The first part of this movie is kind of like a whodunit. Like we're getting to know our three main characters, Victor, Louise, and Spence, and we're seeing all of them do pretty strange things, she's emotionless. She's antisocial. Victor is the new guy, so he's like desperate to make friends and very creepy towards Louise. And Spence is just shot in a very creepy way. We see him feeding fish to other fish and just smiling at it.
His smile was uncomfortable.
Scary. And then we got sidetracked from the serial killer thing to go down this subplot of a French neighbor hating Louise cats because they jump in her trash. She like hates them enough to fucking kill them. The movie really sidetracks into this cat subplot where then Louise is plotting a murder. Then we switch gears again because fucking Spence, who doesn't need a wheelchair, is running out of his window and cross path with Louise, who's coming back from the murder.
Mm-hmm.
So they both know each other. Thumbs up, we got a secret together. Like very Ocean's 11, like heist movie. Like, what do we... Okay, yeah, now we're in like a heist kind of situation where, oh yeah, the plan's happening and we're learning more information as it's happening. It was... And then it ends with a fucking murder. Like, again, like fucking...
Victor's a murderer now.
Victor kicks Spence off of the fire escape because she has manufactured a way to get them both in the same room at the same time.
And they're going to...
hands are clean.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he ends up kicking him off and the cop's like, you did everything right, kid.
You did the right thing, Mr. Spiegelman. Every step of the way.
I was like, no. First of all, you can't say those words to him. He literally did just commit a murder.
Mm-hmm.
You are just going off of someone's word, not actual facts about who's the actual serial killer. I mean, we know that Spencer is, but like...
Do we, though? Did they ever... Because the one time that we saw Spencer run off into the night when we got the reveal that he had his legs... Yeah, he was partying out there. He was, you know, in the club, and then he ended up having sex with some chick in an alleyway. But we never saw him kill anybody.
We didn't see him kill, but the girl was passed the fuck out.
Fair. I'm not saying he was a good dude, but we never saw him. I just feel like there was never like a confirmation that he for sure was the serial killer, even in the scene when Spencer and Louise are meeting for the first time and talking openly about what they do.
So I think we have a common problem, Louise.
We have?
Yes.
I know you have a problem, Spencer, but I didn't realize I did.
Oh, you didn't?
So we're gonna fake a suicide?
Exactly.
How?
Throw him off a bridge. Who cares?
They just didn't it wasn't clear enough of them being like, he is for sure the one. And how was that clear to the cops besides...
Nothing was clear in this movie.
Yeah, the cop is just taking the word of everybody. They're like,
yeah,
that's him.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, so why are you telling Victor that he did everything right every step of the way when you didn't do things right every step of the way? You just literally just grabbed some information from people and there's no hard evidence. So now there's Victor murdered freaking Spencer, and then his semen is in the lady.
Well, that was my question. Like, what is the point of that part then? Like, if they're just going to be like, oh, he was the serial killer. You did great, Victor. What was even the point of like putting the semen part in there?
I don't. It's so we can have a sex scene?
I guess.
She hated them. She probably killed them. But I mean, who cares, right? They're just cats.
I do like that part of the story, though, of the storytelling, that like this person is seeking revenge because her, cats were murdered. And then her best friend is actually the serial killer. Well, I'm calling them best friends, but then I don't understand the scene of her going to Spencer's and then her dancing and like almost writing him.
Right.
And then he was like, no. I don't understand that scene. I don't understand.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
It
Was that to imply that she also got his semen? Not
like,
clear.
is she the actual serial killer? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It is not clear, and we did not get that information. I don't think we got that information, so I don't think we can answer it, quite honestly.
I wished that story ended by Victor being actually murdered and Spencer and Louise getting away with it. That would have been maybe a little bit more of a compelling story, and some of the other scenes of her like going to his house and always talking about the serial killer when Spencer's the serial killer, and like they're feeding off of each other of this like fascination and all like I don't want to like this is awful to say, but like a terrible fetish. Like a terrible, like
it's definitely like an
deep,
infatuation.
like fascination with each other's like work, quote unquote.
Yeah.
That would have been a lot more demented and better of a story.
Yeah, like a really toxic relationship between them.
And then that would have set a little bit more of a tone and removed the cuteness from it and stuff. Like, I just don't understand why it needed to be cute.
It didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get to the thrill.
Yeah.
Scary. Okay,
so scary.
So scary. So the first part of this movie, there's a serial killer out there. I thought they were actually doing a pretty good job of making us wonder, oh shit, when is he going to strike again?
Hey! So sorry. I'm so sorry. It's pitch black outside. You're coming home by yourself, and I just leap out and say, hey, I'm an idiot.
But then it deviated so far from that with the cat stuff and the murder plot and the cover-up. I forgot about the serial killer completely, and by the time we got back to it, we had gone through so many different places that it wasn't really scary anymore. It was
not at all.
It's Spencer. It's him.
It's Spencer.
The guy who the film was building up as the creepiest guy the entire time. Oh, he's the killer. What a surprise.
I didn't know that we were going to see Louise murdering someone.
Yeah, that actually was a very creepy scene. Very quiet, and how the camera was moving back and forth was almost, kind of pendulum-esque, going back and forth behind corners, and we're seeing the murder progress. She was the deadpanness of it was very creepy, for sure. And so in that moment, I think it worked.
Just the idea that, murderers can be literally your neighbor next door to you, that is creepy. But I was not scared.
Nope.
I was very confused.
Why do you think you're so interested in all this stuff?
What do I think?
Yeah.
That's such a prick question. I'm a voyeur and it turns me on. I'm numb and it makes me feel alive. Why is boring? It's the wrong question.
So what's the right question?
What's next?
Let's get to the final ride. Let's pull in and out of this movie real quick, because you're right. You're describing the experience of this film. Unfortunately, there's too much going on for us to focus on the things that worked about this movie. There were some good, montage sequences, I thought, and building of tension sequences as well. And some of the transitions were cool, but all this stuff together, it just didn't work. They just needed to pick a lane. They picked every single lane. So it just distracted us, like you said, from any of that stuff being good.
I mean, I love the cats. I
love the cats.
We're going to keep saying it. We love the cats.
Louise? Hey, I have a surprise for you. Louise? Meet Balthazar.
It got really pro cat at one point. She meets Bartholomew, which is Victor's cat. Very pretty cat.
Very beautiful.
Cute cat. And she, he becomes her boyfriend. She becomes actually in love with this cat. Going over to his place, not hanging out with him, closing his bedroom door.
Hey, ignore me. With this window staying open for the length of a coffee, and then you're stuck outside for the rest of the day, I'm serious.
And she was not like this towards her actual cat. She was mean. So I wonder if it's trying to also say just once you're used to something, you get tired of it. And it's when it's brand new, it's fun, it's cute, it's all indulging. But still, it makes me wonder, those cats, did they also come from another boy?
That's what I was trying to figure out. If in the end, was there the implication that this was a cycle? Because we ended how we started, with her feeding the cat. That might be there. That might be there with how they ended this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's not clear enough, though.
No, Victor should have gotten the fuck out. He should have just not messed around with that girl.
She was truly a crazy cat girl.
Yeah, just a murderer now too.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
Good Neighbors.
Good Neighbors.
Oh God, let's get to these Smash Pumpkins, huh?
Oh boy.
What the heck are we gonna do here?
What the fuck? I don't want to be. I mean, we've already been really mean. But
Yeah, we have been pretty mean. Let's do all, whatever the number is, let's do all praise in this last part.
Yes. Do you have a number? I think I do.
I think I do too.
Okay.
You go for it.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 1.5.
All right, 1.5. Praise only.
Love the cats. I love the cats. Truly beautiful. I also respect these, actors. It's not easy doing a script that is all over the place. So kudos to them. I never thought that I would see a movie with Emily and Jay together. Such quirky people. Her deadpan and his kookiness or quirkiness was really fun to see, because they clashed. Absolutely. And I'm just how can you make a romantic couple with these two? So that was really fun. I wish, like we said, nothing but praise. Never mind. We've already said that. And yeah, and I think some of the storyline was pretty interesting and compelling. Wish I could have seen a little bit more of that, but and it was pretty. It was shot pretty. It was shot pretty.
No.
That's it. 1.5.
1.5. I think I'm gonna go 1.
Mm-hmm.
One pumpkin. Going along with praise. You're right. There was some interesting parts about this story and so about this movie. And I like that it's not exactly what you would expect. I think that going into this movie, you see the stalker in the logline and you think it's going to be one way, and it goes a very different direction. And it is a kind of interesting idea to play with, of like, there's a serial killer loose. Maybe I can use that, because that, I don't know, feels like it could happen. And so I really enjoyed that part of it. And also, it's fucking hard to make a movie, man. So the fact that you have a 100-minute movie put together,
Hey,
kudos. Difficult. Good Neighbors.
Good Neighbors.
Put that one in bed. Let's see what we get
Go
next
to
week,
bed.
please.
Okay.
Let's see what we got in the bucket. Give us something.
Is it my turn?
Go for it.
I think it.
Who knows?
our
There's somebody
guest?
in there.
Or did I take out Predator? No. Matt did.
Matt did. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Whatever.
Well,
Now we know.
now we know.
Resets. Good Neighbors 2. Oh.
No! Canada, you're not allowed to make movies.
Ooh.
Just kidding. Cut that out.
No beef with Canada.
Just kidding. I love you. Kimberly has a premonition of an accident killing multiple people, including her and her friends. No. Wait. She blocks the cars behind her on the ramp, and as a police trooper arrives, the accident happens.
Wow.
Death is stalking this group of survivors.
The sequel.
Finally. Good Neighbors 2.
Good Neighbors 2. Final Destination
Hell
2.
yeah.
Boom.
Have we even seen Final Destination 1?
Yeah, that was the last movie of our last season.
Yes, it was.
That was the season finale of season 2. So
I
Sequel.
love Final Destination.
sequels.
Sequels.
Cool.
Sequels.
Love it.
Hell yeah. Happy girl.
Happy girl. Happy life. Thank you, Bucket.
Thank you, Bucket.
Well, you can call us.
Yeah.
Leave your suggestion for movies or anything at all.
A fun story.
Fun story.
Please.
What did you think of Good Neighbors?
Yeah. Were we being too harsh? Are
Were
we
we?
just stupid and just not artistic enough?
Are we mean? What do we mean?
Are we mean?
We're just honest.
We get paid to be honest. No.
Yeah.
We would
Definitely.
love to
You
get
get
paid.
Well, you can call that number
Yeah.
at
773-669-6677.
773-669-6677. Call us.
God, my brain. But in the meantime, you can follow me at Color Me Leslie.
And me at Beep Beep Richie T. You can also follow us at the
Mm-hmm.
Deadlights Pod. But until next time,
let's get spooky.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Canada.
I am such a good person.
You're a good neighbor.